Alright, so I am finally going to cook some of this pig that I shot not too long ago. And I kind of like to do my own things with it. I don't necessarily follow any specific recipes whenever I cook. I like cooking, I just don't do it as much as I should. And this pig is giving me a perfect, perfect opportunity to do so. So I'm doing a little experimenting with this. I cooked some last pig I shot. I cooked it and I liked the way it turned out, but I wanted to do a little differently. And I have a little bit of different ingredients this time, so we'll see how it goes. But what I'm using today is a little bit of brown sugar, and I'm cooking the backstrap, by the way, so it's gonna be the good part. A little bit of Cajun spices, seasoned salt, garlic powder, of course salt and pepper, and Everglades seasoning. I love this stuff. But to kind of add things together, I'm going to use a little canola oil, just as like a little bit of just a base to kind of wet it down a little bit. I don't have any olive oil, but it is what it is. Or barbecue sauce. I don't like barbecue sauce, quite honestly. Also, this Dale's, I know it says steak, but Dale's steak seasoning. This stuff is kind of salty. It says all meats, fish, fowl, and vegetables, though, and it's like a, I don't know, it's interesting. So I'm going to use it as kind of like the base for this little thing I'm going to make up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use mostly brown sugar, a little bit of this Dale stuff, and canola oil. I'm going to mix the base together and kind of add the, you know, the other ingredients in with it and make kind of like not a paste, but pretty much like a paste that I'm going to use to kind of drench the pig in, and kind of like, you know, the brown sugar will caramelize as it bakes. I'm going to bake it for about, I think, 5 hours. I'm going to do 4 or 5 hours. I might turn the heat up a little bit to like 325 to try to get it. That's what I'm actually going to do. 325. So right now it's at 190. It's preheating right now. But I'm going to bake it at 4.5 to 5 hours at 325. And it's a little warmer than people are suggesting, but I kind of got a late start on this, and it'll cook. It just, you know, I think it'll be good just because it's backstrap, you know. Anyway, so I'm going to mix these ingredients together, and then I got the pig all defrosted and everything already. I'm going to go wash that off, and I'll show you what I'm going to do from there. Alright, so I got the meat out. I washed it off pretty good, and I cut it in half. That was one whole piece. Now, laugh all you want. This was the first time I actually, you know, cleaned the pig myself. So it's not as pretty as if someone who had done it for a while like my last one was. So meat's gonna be kind of butchered a little bit. Whatever. I like fat on the pigs, or on any meat, so it's got a decent amount of fat on it. So I flipped, this side is what that was on the bone. It's the side that had the fat on it, or, you know, the skin side. So there's a lot of fat on it. That's one of my favorite parts. I'm going to trim a tiny bit off, but not much, because I love it when it has a lot of fat to it. So, and it also holds in the flavor really well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this in tin foil, at least this top layer right here. And what that'll do is act as my base to kind of trap everything in there. So I'll go do that real quick. Alright, so I added all the ingredients together and I kind of mixed it together, and it looks, I mean, that's perfect for what I was wanting to do with it. Just nice fine paste. I've already tasted it. Tastes great. You know, not too spicy, not too sweet. This is going to be really good. So I'm going to smother on the meat here real quick. Alright, so now I kind of got it sitting there. I smothered both sides with the stuff. It's kind of just sitting there. It's got a little bit of, you know, a little bit of a base where it can kind of canola oil where it can kind of just simmer in there, and this is going to turn out really good, I think. So what I'm going to do now is make a little boat and cover the top of this and close it up, so that as it heats up, it evaporates and just shoots right back down on it, so it doesn't dry itself out, and it just stays nice and wet and moist, and just continually cooks it the whole time all the way through. Alright, so now it's all completely covered up. Got the oven going at 325. I'm going to set the timer for, I'm going to say 5 hours, just to be on the safe side. Yeah. Oh. Oops. Timer. 5 hours. It doesn't work like that now, does it? Well. Time. Cook time. There we go. Oh. Definitely don't want it to be that long. 5 hours. Let's see. 4 hours and 59 minutes. Sounds good. Let that cook. All right. Get this glove on real quick. Oh, man, that smells good. A little too late to eat it tonight. Ooh, let me make sure this cooked properly. Oh, this is the first. Unveiling. Oh my goodness. Well, I think that turned out looking pretty good. Brown sugar's nice and caramelized on there. I just cooked all the way through, it looks like. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Cooked perfectly. I'm gonna take a little piece of that real quick. I don't turn that off before I forget. Get a fork. The lights come on. There we go. And so, it's the first time I'm eating this. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. I wish I could describe that taste for you. And you can see, let me switch camera around. Let's see if you can see it. So, there is a layer, nice layer of fat right there. And then it's just perfect meat. That's all fat right there. And on the other side where the fat layer was, it's just nice and caramelized and just, oh yeah. It's perfect. It's more like, it's a little tougher on the, no, actually no, there we go. Oh, it's just absolutely perfect. So that worked out really well. Well, it's the first time I cooked backstrap or pig backstrap like this, and I mean, it turned out really well. Thank you for watching, and if you liked videos like this, I'll try to make some more, maybe do some fish ones as well, and we'll see. Thank you for watching.